Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am, for your presence. For your benign presence. Law. Law is said to be a system of rules that a society or a government develops in order to deal with crime, business, agreement, and social relationship. You can also use a law to refer to the people who works in the system. They are seeking permissions to begin criminal proceedings against him for breaking the law. What can be the early history of the law? The history of the law in ancient society, law, customs and beliefs made up by the law. Customs were not written down and instead were passed on by words of mouth. As population increased, law became more complex and codifications became necessary. Codifications means a written collections of law. What should be the purpose for the law? The purpose of the law is to regulate human behavior and to establish social order. Mission, we do our utmost to help those that protect our society's way of life and freedom. Educate and enable students to develop their highest capabilities and skills as a lawyer. Vision, The vision is to establish and impart globalized educations with a view to producing world-class professionals, scholars, academicians in law and other disciplines. Globalization has opened various opportunities and challenges which have created the needs for competent academic scholars and professionals. Goal is to provide its students with access to an excellent legal education, inspire a commitment to justice, and provide its graduate and opportunities to achieve their career and aspirations. Objectives: advancement and disseminations of knowledge of law and legal process in the context of national development, to promote social culture, legal and moral values with a view to uplift the rule of law, to motivate the young generations for effective applications of law-abiding systems of the country. Strategic plan is to ensure that a student graduates with the skills and knowledge to succeed when they enter a dynamic legal marketplace and overcome the course of their careers. Strategic plan is to be an innovative leader in legal educations by leveraging the strengths of the law, its talented and diverse students. Functions of law: establish rule of conduct, provide a system of enforcement, protect rights and freedom, protect society, resolves disputes. Law and justice. Justice is the ultimate goal towards which the law should strive. What is justice? Justice is said to be an impartial, independent judicial system, a competent and an independent legal profession. What shall be the career options? The career options will be law firm, working as an associates, MNC, legal officers, government agency, judicial exams, bank, legal department, litigations, LPO and academicians. And the next quote by given by Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar: as you have come into this world, leave some marks behind. Otherwise, what is the difference between you and the trees and the stones? They too come into existence, decay and die. The last but not the least, the quotes: practicing law is not about winning, it's about justice. It's about finding the truth. Thank you.
Oriental College of Law has come about thanks to the efforts of a number of people, and all official permissions that were needed were secured, and accordingly the program was launched. The idea was to create a platform wherein people are able to participate in the academic development of their legal desires. A lot of students who come here have gaps, who are quite mature. A lot of times we saw during the admission process people showing an inclination to understand the legal system and not just get this degree to make it into a commercial application, be it as an academician or be it as a legal professional in the courts of law or in a corporation. A lot of people, as I said, came with the idea that they would like to understand the system better. I myself feel that. I myself feel a lot of times when I meet government officers, when I meet police officials, when I meet corporation officials, that I do not understand how they are functioning. A lot of times I feel I'm getting the short end of the stick, as they like to say. But just because I am unable to understand the legalities involved, I feel I may not be, getting the best deal out of it. I feel I may be having to make a lot more rounds with the officials, or I'm looking at underhanded means of getting my things done. Nevertheless, that is the inclination that I had towards having OES integrate itself with the academic aspects of law, and that is why we are here today. The idea is to understand the Indian legal system, learn what OES can impart with the help of excellent faculty, and possibly end up having a professional career. But at the end of the day, a lot of, as I said, a lot of you will just simply choose to get a better understanding of this thing. Nevertheless, OES is here to cater to your needs. If you wish to be a competent legal professional, that is how we will be grooming you. If you just wish to understand the legal system, that is how we will groom you. If you wish to, go further into your studies, OES will commit to having further education options also in law. Nevertheless, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you all, and OES is here to support you in all your endeavors. We hope to satisfy all your needs, to give you a comprehensive education and a clear vision about what it means to have justice, what it means to understand the system of law. If at any given point of time suggestions are to be made from your end, they will be welcome. The law course that we are starting, being the first batch, we will try to mold it around our students. We will try to accommodate different requirements. It is a two-way process wherein, depending on inputs taken from our students, we will also evolve our program to accommodate current understanding, current systems. Nevertheless, I thank you all for your time. I thank everyone once again for allowing me to be a part of this program. And let's have a great year ahead of us at Oriental College of Law, everyone. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. सबसे पहले मैं ओरिएंटल लॉ कॉलेज को कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशंस कहना चाहती हूँ और वेरी कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशंस। एक नया कॉलेज खुल रहा है। जैसे जैसे लोग बढ़ते जा रहे हैं, कॉलेज की भी आवश्यकता उतनी ही बढ़ती जा रही है। अभी हमने प्रोजेक्टर में लॉ के बारे में भी देखा, पढ़ा, उसका ऑब्जेक्ट देखा, कैरियर देखा। मैं आज लॉ स्टूडेंट से ये कहना चाहूँगी कि लॉ को बहुत सीरियसली लें, ओनली फॉर डिग्री नहीं पढ़ें। लॉ का क्षेत्र बहुत ज़्यादा वास्ट है। आप जितना अधिक पढ़ेंगे, जितने बार पढ़ेंगे, उतने बार आपको एक नया मैटर उसमें मिलेगा। लॉ में वही आईपीसी, वही कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन सबके लिए लागू होता है। पर क्या कारण है कि एक कोर्ट में हम केस हार जाते हैं, नेक्स्ट में हम जीत जाते हैं। ओनली एंड ओनली इंटरप्रिटेशन। मैं आपसे, लॉ मीन्स लॉजिक। मैं आपको एक एग्जाम्पल बताना चाहती हूँ। स्वामी विवेकानंद ने जब अमेरिका में माइथोलॉजिकल स्पीच दी, तो एक अमेरिकन ने खड़े होकर कहा, गॉड इज नो वेयर। तो विवेकानंद जी ने कहा कि मैं इसी को अभी सिद्ध करके देता हूँ। उन्होंने वेयर का जो डब्ल्यू था वो यहाँ कर दिया, तो गॉड इज नाउ हियर। तो मैं आपको यही बताना चाहती हूँ कि लॉ मतलब इंटरप्रिटेशन। आप जितना उसको समझेंगे, प्रिंसिपल्स, कॉन्सेप्ट, उतना ही अधिक अच्छा होगा। मैं आखिर में आप लोग से यही कहना चाहती हूँ, पूरे कॉन्फिडेंस के साथ अच्छे से पढ़िए। सिर्फ डिग्री के लिए नहीं, नॉलेज के लिए भी पढ़िए और अच्छे से लॉ का इंटरप्रिटेशन करिए, क्योंकि आगे आप लोग को ही देश को चलाना है। थैंक यू। एक लाइन में संदेश, जीवन में फल पाने के लिए श्रम करना पड़ता है। ईश्वर सिर्फ लकीरें देता है, रंग खुद ही भरना पड़ता है।
I have to just tell all the things about the student that on these joyous occasions of the inaugurations of the Oriental College of Law has rightly said that instead of feeding the poor person, that if that person in the practical imparting it to the education, it will be service not only for him but also to the mankind. Hence, when everyone is opening the only engineering and the medical colleges, it was the wonderful decision had been taken by the Oriental Education of Institute to open the law college at Sanpada or Navi Mumbai. That where there are very few law colleges and lot of the students want to enter in the law faculty. Once again, I congratulate to the Oriental Education of Institute as well as the trustees of these Oriental Educations. They have taken tremendous
determination, the strong will, I can and I will. If that remains your ideal, the purpose of life, then you will definitely succeed. If you are doubtful about it, then hesitation to do or not to do, whether it will be good for me or not, then take a decision. If you take 10 decisions, I always say, I take decisions within half a minute. I don't take time. I say yes or no, nothing more. And then out of 10, one decision may be wrong, all right. But I can change that decision afterwards. But whether the decision will be right or wrong, to think of for weeks together will bring you to a no decision in fact. No decision and decision. I remember the ex-Prime Minister of India was being criticized that he doesn't take decisions. Then he spoke once, okay, not to take a decision is also a decision. But then I don't want that decision should not be taken on anything. Decision should be taken this or that. And the decision should be, as you are aware now, it should be legal. And about law, I have nothing to speak because I do not know. Many people will speak on that. They have already spoken it. There are certain codes. Pandit Nehru said, success often comes to those who dare and act. It seldom goes to timid. Don't be timid. Be bold. Take decisions and act.
There are a number of areas in which you can practice law, and my sincere advice is initially for a year or two, don't pre-decide. Meaning, what happens is most of the law students pre-decide. No, I'm going to practice only tax law. I'm going to practice only banking law. For a year or two, you dabble in everything. So the idea is that then you get a feel, then you are able to decide, no, this will suit me. Because otherwise what happens, I've seen some of the lawyers get stuck to one, they're completely ignorant of others, then they realize, no, I think I ought to have gone into that area, this area, etc. So this is a wonderful course. And one of the most essential thing in doing this is, see, Government of India, India has enacted number of wonderful laws which are very beneficial to various sections of society. But today in India we have highest law illiteracy. Highest law illiteracy. Because many people do not know what the law is, for whom it is enacted. In fact, by doing this, you will be able to help a large section of the society what they are entitled to. Now, for instance, simple thing I give you now, people are living in slum, correct? There are slum rehabilitation schemes where the builders come in and they demolish and build certain structures, and the slum dwellers are entitled to certain benefits. The slum dwellers are not aware of their rights. They are not told what you are exactly entitled to under a slum rehabilitation scheme. Or you go to a rural area. Now we have a wonderful act called Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. See, large section of people today in rural India are unemployed. Because slowly the fields are all being converted to non-agricultural purpose, and some resorts come or bungalows come. Slowly the agriculture is dying. And they have no means of earning livelihood. Where do they come? There is a strong influx into cities. In fact, one of the best way to stop it, encourage better activities and improve the economic activity in rural area. Then that influx will stop. And for them, under this act, 100 days of employment is guaranteed. Once they register, they are entitled to get 100 days out of 365 days employment. See, today they pay around 250 rupees, some states pay 300 rupees per day. So husband and wife means, so 25,000 plus 25, 50,000 they earn in a year. It's around 4,000 rupees. I mean, it's not bad, very bad. In a rural area, they can survive comfortably. There will not be any starvation. But you won't believe, because I was chairman of the High Court Legal Service Committee. In fact, I used to take students by train to these places in western suburb and eastern suburb, about 40-50 kilometers away. And the students were initially a little reluctant to. They said, no, why should you go to a village? I said, you see what is the village and what is the village life. In fact, they got so thrilled, they said they wanted to have food in their village's house. So I requested them, they said, no, we'll give you a very nice bakri ka roti, dal and baigan bhatta, etc. So they enjoyed the whole thing. So what I asked them, well, don't just read the provision. So you enact a small kind of a skit. You can also do that way. What happens if you have a small play-like thing? The villages will get attracted. You have an excellent act called Right to Information Act. See, Right to Information Act, a person applies for a ration card or a person applies for a water connection for his pump set. He doesn't get. How does he go about? He applies on the Right to Information Act. Immediately things start moving. So immediately the ration officer says, no, come, I got a query. They are asking why I have not given a ration card. So it's so powerful. So this, and for the Domestic Violence Act. So one of the girls said, I'll act as a mother-in-law. The other girl said, I'll be the daughter-in-law. One will be the son. The son comes drunk. He hits his wife. Then, it appeals. In the sense, they understand all the legal provisions clearly. So this is one course which you are doing. See, your maid servant has got some problem, or your driver has got some problem. Various things you will be able to assist them. And today, immense level. See, now you can go into high corporate field, you can go into intellectual property right, you can go into customs, you can go into taxation, you can go into property law, or you want general litigation, you appear in regular courts. And criminal law has got various areas also, and in criminal law there are specialized people also in certain areas. You have some lawyers.
And I would like to take this opportunity to thank our chief guest, Dr. Justice Radhakrishnan, who is an eminent personality, who has got credentials that a lot of you can aspire to, who have had the great, great positive opportunity to sit and have a few words with sir, and I can tell you it was enlightening. Thank you, sir, for being a part of this program and for honoring us with your presence. I would also like to thank Dr. Srivastav. She is the principal of MGM Law College. It is my first time meeting her, and hopefully we will have a very positive relationship in the future, being our neighbors. I would also like to thank Dr. Deshmukh, who's been with us from the beginning. Of course, President of Oriental Education Society, a man I respect tremendously and who's instrumental in getting OES to be where it is, and Mr. Azim Javed Khan, who's the General Secretary, and he's been a very big and a very crucial support to OES. Last but not the least, of course, my thanks go out to existing faculty and current students who have